Where we left off in our last recording is how to edit or create a blog post. And now we want to focus on Pages. Well, guess what? This is not really a lot of new stuff to learn because Pages works exactly like blog post does in terms of the basic creation or editing. So if I have a given page, like this About Us page, or adaptive content here, and I want to edit the page, hover over it and click Edit. Once I click Edit, I've got what? The title and the body. This is all familiar to you because you've seen this under editing and creating blog posts. There may be a few other things I might want to change about the page, but for the most part, here, this is all I'm really concerned with. Let me go ahead and give you a couple of tips about some things you might focus on, and this is true of pages or posts. Every page or post has SEO information, and so when you look down here, you can kind of get a preview of what your page or post might look like in a Google result. If you ever search for a search term in Google result, you'll get results that look like this: a title, a link, and a blurb. And what's the title? Well, the title, if you don't put in a specific title and a specific blurb, the title is the first 70 or so characters, 65 to 70 characters of your actual blog post title. If that's not right and that's not what you want it to say, then you need to come down here and edit the title. Or if it's cut off because you've made a really long blog post title that's more than 70 characters, you probably need to put a shorter version down here in the SEO title. The same thing is true with the snippet. It's going to pull, though, the first 170 characters or so of your blog post itself. Well, maybe those first 170 characters don't best represent a lead-in to your page or your post, and you want something else to be there, something that causes people to click, grabs their attention, etc. Well, you come down here and put it in the meta description. Or maybe you just don't like the fact that it's cut off because, hey, it's cutting you off mid-word, mid-sentence, and so you take everything up to the point where they cut you off, you just sort of shorten it up, or you take a portion of it. What I'm going to do is just suggest that we take a portion of it and put it in there. And so now it updates it and makes a nice, clean search result. You can rewrite this if you like. You can put something else in the title. Let's go ahead and do adaptive content for strategic agencies. And so now I've determined how this is going to appear in the search results. That's a great edit, and I can just click update to update that post live. Search engines won't pick up that particular change immediately, but when they get around to rescanning that particular page or post, they definitely will. So that's editing a page. That's pretty simple. Again, we're back to all pages, and here's our list of pages. You can also delete pages and do other things, but for the most part, all you're really going to do is edit. And then we have Add New. So if I click Add New on a page, guess what? Again, it's just like creating a blog post, except this is a static page and not a post. You'll have a title, you'll have a body. Again, I encourage you, do not paste things in from Microsoft Word into the Visual tab. If you're going to do that, use the Text tab only. Okay, so a couple of minor tips here. You do not have categories for pages because generally, unless that's a special feature that somehow your website needs, generally pages don't belong in categories. Every page is its own sort of content area. It has nothing to do with how they're arrayed or laid out on a menu. It's just that blog posts have categories, pages don't. There's some other things here. So if you have multiple page layouts, that could happen. You may have 4 or 5 kinds of pages, like informational pages or demonstration pages, and your web designer may create you some layouts over time that are going to increase the number of page types you can choose and how those pages actually appear to visitors. But for the most part, all you really care about is your title and your body, and maybe the Add Media button if you're going to add images to your pages, which of course is strongly encouraged. Okay, so that's adding pages, and you've been over adding posts. We'll come back in another video.